Hello dear friends, my name is Angela, I'm your host today and you're watching an info session of Peking University where representatives from different schools are going to take you to From the Inside journey, introduce their schools and what they can provide for students, what majors are available and why you should consider the PKU as a potential place to study. So what's up for today? So as you can see right now we're living in an era of globalization and this is the time when everything develops rapidly and we are facing many global issues, and one of them is how to build an eco and green civilization. So we really hope that in the near future, like going green and sustainable development can become a trend in our lifestyle. So guess what? Why I have started to talk about this topic? Exactly, because today we're going to introduce the College of Environmental Sciences and Engineering. There will be many representatives who will introduce college from different angles, and what I am excited personally about today, it is that we have an honor to invite to our studio a Dean of the College of Environmental Sciences and Engineering, Professor Tong Zhu. Wow, so let's give floor to Professor. Professor, welcome.
Thank you, Angela. So it's my pleasure to have this opportunity to describe what we are doing and how we educate our students. As you mentioned that we are under the globalization, and one of the challenges the global is facing today is how can we achieve sustainable society. And the United Nations has initiated about the 17 goals, so-called Sustainable Development Goals, that strive for that we are going to achieve as a global society, that we are going to provide the, for example, clean water and take the climate action. So that is very important for the future of human beings.
And this is exactly what college also is specializing at, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So what I'm going to emphasize is these challenges is undermined by very important globally networked risks. Besides the global governance failure, we know that, and the global economic disparity, environment, climate change, and other environment issues pose a serious risk to the human beings. For example, besides air pollution, water security, food security, now the COVID-19 pandemic is a very good example showing that we are living in a global society and how serious these issues can cause to the damage to the whole human beings. So that's the challenge we are facing today.
Yeah, we cannot see that maybe in our life, but actually everything is around us and we need to think about it.
Yes, many things could happen. Many things already happened now.
So we need to change. Yes, these are challenges that we are facing.
Yes, exactly. So the College of Environmental Science and Engineering started from a very early stage in China. It's right after the United Nations, the first Convention for Environmental Protection in 1972. We established the first environmental chemistry program in China. And ever since that, we evolved into a full program for graduate students. And at that time, in 1982, we established Center for Environmental Science. By the year 2007, we established College for Environmental Science and Engineering because we think we may need to extend our education program from the graduate to the undergraduate students. So now we have the full education program for Environmental Science and Engineering. So what we look back, the college has been engaged in China. It's already about 5 decades now. And we summarize in 2 phrases. We have been played a leading role in the forefront of environmental protection in China. And besides that, we serve the society by providing sound policy suggestions based on excellent fundamental research. So this is what we have been striving for. So our goals and the vision is we want to excellence in our fundamental research, and in the meantime, we emphasize too the relevance to the societal needs. By doing that, we have been developed world's first-class environmental programs including the first-class research platforms, and we have been working hard to cultivate the high-level talents with global vision. And we have been developed a top environmental policy think tank. And according to many ranks in research and education, we are very high in these ranks. Well, I'm moving on to provide more information about our college.
I really want to know a little bit more about it, because right now what I have heard, I think that about education and how to educate students, you're doing everything with responsibility, because we have seen that there was written like high-level talents. So this is what is your goal actually with global vision. So you have many collaboration, I guess, and also about extendance of all the departments and majors. So I think that college is all the time trying to upgrade itself continuously and responsible for providing knowledge and also research and teaching facilities. I think everything is put together so that our students can feel that here they can reach success and become like the top of the top, be the high-level talent.
Yes, thank you for your comments. Yes, we have been working hard to build a first-class program. So we have been evolved from the 1972 to today. As we mentioned, that we started with science. It's very important to have the observation of our environment, our Earth, our global or the environmental issues there, and understand the mechanism behind that, to understand that. But we later on recognize that not only discovery in the environment, but we need to find a solution. So in 1982, we established environmental management program. That means we want to put the interdisciplinary, not only from the fundamental research, but from the social science, like economy and law, to provide integrate research platform to provide a policy recommendation to the government. Then gradually we realize also very important that our students in the future, some of them could also be able to find the technology solution to these issues. So we established the environmental engineer program, emphasized technology innovation. And in recent years, health has been put the first priority among almost all of us. So we put the health and environmental health into our education program. This is a frontier fields and also I would like to say cross-disciplinary fields to educate students.
Yes, talking about interdisciplinary, well, I can feel the same, because in my major, what I'm studying, it is also like everything is connected together. So you have been talking about that there must be some social researches should be mixed in. So why do you think it is becoming more and more important?
Yes, because we are living in, as you mentioned, a globalized society, and we are much more closer than before. And environment is an issue that not only from the nature, but the human actions cause a lot of environmental consequence. So to find a solution, we have to change the human behavior. And the social science is very important to find this recommendation or the change, how do we change the human behavior.
Yes, exactly. And also talking about recommendations on policy making. So I thought that you're doing only research in laboratories, but not connected to policy making. But as far as I can see, that you're playing a very important role in this part, right?
Yes, yes. It is very important, especially I think in China, we have been such a experience in the fast developing stage, and many issues come much faster than we anticipate. So we want not only to find the problem, but to find a solution. So we must working closely with the policymakers to find a solution.
Okay, thank you. So we can continue.
Yes. Throughout almost 5 decades in the past, we have already established what we call the systematic and a comprehensive education program that are covering full disciplines in environment area. We have the environmental science to understand the mechanism, and we have environmental engineering to have the technological innovation for the pollution control. And we have the environmental health to identify hazard to the health and how to control the risk to human health. And finally, we have the environmental management to provide the policy and the recommendations to the government, and hopefully eventually we are able to provide a comprehensive governance to the government and society. We have relatively small faculty. According to Chinese standards, the number is a relatively small faculty, but we have high quality. So we use certain kind of criteria, like we have the academicians, which is the top scientists in China. We have 3, so 5% of our faculties are academicians of Chinese academies. And we have national teams, 5 for innovation and education. They are funded by National Science Foundation and also Ministry of Science Technology and the Ministry of Education. And we have 5 key laboratories funded by same Ministry of Science Technology, Ministry of Education, and the Ministry of Ecology and the Environment. Our research, sometimes I say our footprint have been focused in China because it is the immediate, very urgent environmental issues that needs to be dealt with. So we have been focused on Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei region, and the Yangtze River Delta, which is composed of Shanghai, Zhejiang, Jiangsu, and the Pearl River Delta, mostly Guangdong Province and Hong Kong, Macau. This major area, environmental issue, the air pollution and the water pollution and the resource issues has been critical in the past years. And then later I'll move on to Chengdu, Chongqing. It's a very fast developing region in China. It's very local, central, well, it's in the center and the southwest of China. And we have been working on in Tibetan Plateau. This is a very remote area. We're looking at the very pristine environment to understand the nature process. And besides that, we have been working on East China Sea, Yellow Sea, South China Sea, and our footprint even beyond Chinese border, and we have been working on Arctic and other continents. So that's the environmental challenges from local to global. That's
not only focused like on one area, but different areas, because like geographically they're different, and also climate is different, so there might be some different salvations how to solve some problems that they have.
Yes. This region has the common issues, but there's also unique problems. So you're right, we have been also identifying this unique problem and find a solution for them. Yeah. So I will give a few examples, but you have some questions before I continue?
Well, I think that's fine for now, because I wanted to ask something about air pollution, but I think that we can listen first and then I will ask, okay?
Okay, yeah. So sometimes we make jokes that air pollution is the most visible environmental pollution because you can see from your eye, but it's how it's formed and produced is you cannot see easily, because there's many fundamental issues we don't understand. So what we have been focused on, cutting-edge scientific research to understand how this air pollution is formed in China and globally, and then based on our understanding of this scientific mechanism, then we provide the solution. So we are first in China to propose the concept we call it air pollution complex, because we mentioned China has been so developed so fast. Many issues like coal burning, vehicle emission came at the same time in the same city. It makes our atmosphere or air too many components into that, and from too many different sources. So its formation mechanism and its solution is so complicated, and we call it air pollution complex. But the heading message is we need to understand the so-called nonlinear process leading to the air pollution, and we need to find a comprehensive solution for that. So by doing that, we have been established regional air pollution control technology system. This system not only to identify how the air pollution is formed, but also provide direct policy recommendation to the government. We have been working on in different regions like Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei regions, and Pereira Delta and the Chengdu and Chongqing region. A few good examples is what we have achieved. For example, 2008 Beijing Olympics and Asia Games in Guangzhou.
I remember that. I have been here.
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah.
Okay. So at that time, we see the blue sky, and we take credit for our policy recommendation based on our solid fundamental research to understand this one. So this is a very good example how our science program can integrate with policy and to solve a problem and actually find a solution to exactly to prove by the blue skies during that period.
Yeah. So blue skies right now, I think this is the first step, and what next we're going to do, like for example, air pollution, what we're thinking about, what can we do? It is maybe reduce usage of cars or change the way how cars are working, and also about factories using appropriate equipment. But for you, maybe it's even more to solve the situation, like change the situation in a scientific way. So for example, we're using the same thing, but somehow it can be more green. So is it possible?
Yes, actually, there's a very fast development in the our air pollution or air quality sectors, because you see that we emphasize climate change and carbon neutrality, the goal to contain the climate change by 1 to 5 degrees, and that required we reduce the emission through the consumption of fossil fuel. And most of the air pollution came from the fossil fuel consumption. So you see increasing number of the electric cars on the streets. And you can see in Beijing, actually, they are building more and more bicycle lanes. And so this emphasis of reduce the using of cars and increasing of the electric car, that helps a lot in a sense.
So basically, although we see that the sky is blue, but there are issues that we still need to move forward to solve, right?
Yes, that's we are working hard to that. And air pollution has been improved, but it's not to a satisfied degree, and it's a long way to go, but we are working on that.
Okay, hope we'll solve the problem.
Yes. And beside the air pollution, watershed environmental protection is also very important. We know in China we have the issue with the water. Is first, we have water pollution, and second, we have shortage in the water resources. These two cause the big issue. So in dealing with that, we emphasize a management system, not only the treatment technology, but also watershed resources management is also important. So in the fundamental research side, our college has proposed a concept which is called the all materials flux in the river ecosystem. That is also we call the paradigm shift in our understanding how the water resources and water pollutions influenced by all the components in the water system. So by understanding all the materials, help us understand all these issues. And so we have been carried out in Yangtze and Yellow River, the largest this program to understand the all materials flux in these rivers. And we have been doing that to answer many questions, like even how the erosion watersheds associated with CO2, carbon dioxide flux, etc. And to deal with the polluted water, and we have been working on sewage advanced treatment technology and watershed simulation and optimization control technology. This has been used in many places to treatment of water problem.
I was thinking about we were talking about all material flux. So how have you reached this salvation and this thought? So I think that research, what you're doing, this is like a lifelong research. It's not about 2 days or 3 days.
Right.
So for example, if you have one issue, we're talking about, I don't know, global warming and how we can solve the problem and we can reach success like one step forward. How long does it take? Does a student who is studying here, for example, for 3 years or doing PhD for 4 years or 5 years, is it possible to have this one step?
Yes, you're right. This is a big issue, big problem, and it's a long way to go to finally solve that. Takes a long way to go there. But each step can help us to improve the air water quality and improve our understanding how it's controlled by different factors. So you're totally right that it's a lifetime career, but we need to start from the first step and move on to that direction.
So to improve our students who are studying here, you're very important. Even you're doing a small part of the whole project, it is very important. You're playing a very important role.
Yes, thank you. As mentioned that now we are more and more emphasizing the importance of our health, human health, and we have been working on to understand how the environment pollution influence on our health. We have another paradigm shift to understand this one, not only from the pollution itself, but from which source emitted the pollutants, and eventually which policy we can use to protect our health. So this is how we establish this program. And so from the fundamental research, we have been working on all the study from the cells, animals, human bodies, and the population level to understand all these details, how the health were influenced by the environmental changes. So this is we have been working on. And very important for the education part, because this is a quite new area. We are lack of the students' education program, so we are the first in China to start the environmental health graduate program in all the departments of college in the university in China. We started in 2015. And we are also first to establish Department of Environmental Health in this year. This is also the first in the environmental college and department in China. We mentioned that environment issue actually is a global environment challenge, and we need global environment governance to help us to deal with that. So we have been established the science framework from the fundamental research to support the implementation of the international environmental treaties or conventions. So this is very much from the side of our program of environmental management. Many of our faculties have been very actively involved in the international organization like United Nations and the IPCC, World Meteorology Organization, etc. And we have been supporting all this implementation of treaties in China. Like we have been developed the first national program to implement the Montreal Protocol, which is to protect the ozone layer. And this national plan have been a good example models for the other developing countries. So because of the achievement of our faculties, we have been awarded many international prestige awards from the United Nations and from the United States and other organizations. So this means our college is one of the top, I like changing words, our college provides one of the best international collaboration program, because we have been carrying out fundamental research, collaborating with top scientists globally. And we have been working with global governance with also this international organization. So by doing that, we'll be able to have a strong influence globally and also educate our students with a global vision.
Exactly, I was thinking about that, because so we can broaden our horizon globally and at the same time also see how far are people going like abroad, and then we can exchange and maybe we'll have some new ideas and reach success maybe even faster.
Yes. Yeah. I just list a few examples in the past. I've been established many programs For example, we have this international joint laboratory of regional pollution control. It's mostly from our college, and the scientists are from Germany. We have this urban atmospheric chemistry and health effect. It's a program funded by Ministry of Education and also Ministry of Science and Technology. And we have underneath the Future Earth is a global program. We established a project we called MERS, Monsoon Asia Integrated Research for Sustainability. It's trying to provide or trying to integrate the science and the policy and provide solutions to the regional government. And there's also, we have been very active international academic exchange. One example, we are a member of the International Foundation of High Altitude Research Stations in York. So this is going to be have lots of fun to go to there. And we've been in long-time collaboration with scientists from Max Planck Research Institute for Chemistry. Things like this are happening all the time, and the seminars and workshops, meetings in international academic focusing. So now we have described, we have 4 programs: environmental science, environmental engineering, environmental health, and environmental management. All these programs provide education to the master and the PhD level degree, and all these 4 majors are open to global students.
Yeah, I can see the key sentence: 4 majors are open to global students. So it's about time to come. One
example, we have been actively established international collaboration in the education program is we have this international joint dual degree master program with London School of Economy and Political Science. This is a 2 years program. After that, the student will receive dual degree from both PKU and London School of Economy and Political Science. So this is my introduction about our college and our education program.